history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
I want you to take a good look at this video. This video is produced by Black Lives Matter, which is a false organization that wears blackface for tangibles. And that's a nice way of putting it. But I want you to take a good look at this woman shaking her nasty butt. She looks gross. She has no rhythm whatsoever. There's nothing rhythmic about this. She's an actress, supposedly a dancer, and some kind of artist. I forget her name, but it'll be posted with the video, the images actually. Uh, she she frames this as some kind of tribute to Martin Luther King, right? She considers this a tribute. Badly dancing, breaking it, not shaking it, at various locations around Washington D.C. You know, just take a look at it. Uh, what I see basically is white supremacy making a joke at what they think is black people's expenses. And all I got to say is, fuck you. Fuck this woman and fuck Black Lives Matter and fuck their whoever's backing them. I won't say his name. They always do this shit. They have been showing their ass for a long time, and I'm not here to discourage them from doing that. I need people to wake up. And now that the Orange Man has been deposed, we need them to keep doing this disrespectful shit because it separates who's who. It gives us in our community a who's who. The people that's going to look at this shit and take it at face value as her misguided attempts at a tribute to a great civil rights leader, and the rest of us who know it is simply trolling by various groups. I mean, fuck. They have been showing their natural ass for like probably five years, more like 12 years actually. That includes Obama's administration and Trump's administration. With this bullshit. But mostly recently, the Democratic Party has been showing their natural ass and shit, and we really don't give a fuck. I don't care that Joe Biden is in the White House. I didn't watch the inauguration. I didn't watch Trump leave the White House because, as far as I'm concerned, our country is a fucking disgrace right now, and it is a shithole country. And we have Trump to thanks for that, for showing us the way. Showing the world what America really is under the mask. You know. So yeah, Black Lives Matter is ran by a trio of alternative lifestyle, supposedly black women, and this is one of their little projects and whatnot. And I want to remind you of the stripper thing during the 2020 election cycle. They get your booty to the poll, you know, get your booty to the poll, campaign, which they denied. But we know it was them. These are the same assholes that put on kente cloth during the George Floyd riots or uprisings and took a knee. After Colin Kaepernick had been taking an L for like the latter part of the last 4 years. So he's just been taking it up the ass. Then these assholes are on their knee, but they refuse to do anything or get any legislation going regarding police brutality and, more importantly, reparations and shit. And I don't care who don't like hearing me say the word reparations and shit. You want fucking reparations, assholes. Okay? You don't like it? Fuck you. We don't care. You don't tell any of the other ethnic groups, about the handouts they receive from this goddamn country. You don't make a big stink about it, okay? You might mess around with the small hats and shit, but you know how far to go because they own all this shit. We're tired of this shit. And these motherfuckers, they just rubbing our noses in it. So black people have to make a decision whether we're going to be here in 50 years or not. You know, this is trolling. This is not. There's nothing about this that is a tribute to Martin Luther King. Even the shit that we know that they show us of Martin Luther King, his speeches that they can use actually without paying the family. uh, especially after assassinating him. Um, that's not true. He questioned his actions in his last days of life, and maybe he was going in a different direction, but he got killed. Some people think it was because of the Vietnam War or any of that shit. I just think about a man who wanted to get home to his family and who was stuck in a machine, and he got killed. He was the top of the mountain. He was the tip of the mountain, and they killed him and shit. And after that, look what happened to our communities. Didn't nothing get better? And look what we have today: stanky, nasty, uncoordinated, black in name only actress, probably non-foundational, shaking her stinking ass all around District of Columbia in supposed tribute to this man. But actually, it's just trolling, and she knows it's trolling too, unless she's retarded. When I used to go to school, college, and they used to always have, go over to the art department and everything, and you see goofy chicks like this hanging around, and they usually were probably self-hating women who dated anything but their own ethnic group to the detriment. Even if the guy was a bum on the street, they would date him, and try to save him from himself and shit. While the guy was just shitting all over him. And the minute he got his shit together, he left him hanging and shit. Then you got these, then they'll direct their attention at us, you know. And she tried to explain herself, or she explained her supposed tribute, and she did the usual bullshit, feminist dog whistles of blaming black men, straight black men, and the patriarchy. Okay? That tells you all you want to know. She's a goofy, okay? And honestly, man, I think she needs to pay a consequence for this, doing this and shit. We need to shun her in public, man. She needs to wear that scarlet letter one way or the other, man. She needs, you really can't dox her or nothing. She's all over the place on the internet and shit. This is her 15 minutes and shit. You know, this is her 15 fucking minutes. I gotta say, fuck you, okay? Fuck your nasty, stinking ass. Wash your ass. Wash your ass. You don't make a video with your fucking legs all ashy and stinking. It's ill-fitting shorts. You got nothing back there, honey. Okay? And I don't think Martin Luther King would appreciate that, or his wife, his late wife, or his family, even if some of them are some big ass coons. So, that being said, to this bitch, kiss my ass.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farm. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Which twerking, what you know as twerking, is something as we inhale. It's because you're not breathing, my friend, so breathe. Okay, I want to thank you all again for joining me. My name is Shayna. I am an artist of many, many mediums, predominantly performance and performance art. A few years ago, about 2000 really in 2017, I began with a twerk series. And this series stemmed out of my passion for twerking, my roots being from New Orleans, okay? Which twerking, what you know as twerking, is something that is very important to our culture and really a part of our upbringing. And in 2017, I was working on a project called Afro Futuro. And from that project, I began to explore this idea of twerking till exhaustion. And what that really gave me the opportunity to do, this was a series that I started at the Hammer Museum. It gave me the opportunity to examine the white gaze. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the white gaze, the white gaze is what many of you, or many of those who are commenting in offense to my twerk on Washington, the white gaze is the perspective that many of you are coming from. And the white gaze, look, it happens to everybody. We're definitely coming up in a society that is Western. So we are being brought up in these ideologies that are anti-Black and are anti-African. So we begin, and we have already done this, we begin to internalize the oppression, the racism, and it impacts the way that we view the world. So instead of seeing things as sacred, as traditions, as honorable cultural practices, we see things from a white perspective, which is to demonize any African tradition, which is to see anything that is Black as negative, as well as the disrespect towards women. The thing with the white gaze is it is predominantly dictated by the patriarchy, okay? White supremacy and patriarchy are really running rampant, and a lot of people have subconsciously taken on that energy. And that is something that we are going to unpack today. Let's talk about it, because offense is not a place that we want to come from. And I'm extending my compassion to those of you who have expressed your hate towards me. I am extending my compassion towards you who have threatened me. I'm extending my compassion towards those of you who said that you're confused, because honestly, confusion is the work of the devil, and that is not the work that I am into, okay? So we are here to eliminate confusion and bring some clarity, starting with the white gaze. All right, so now that we've kind of dissected what the white gaze is, and let me just recap that. The white gaze is having a perspective that Black people and their African traditions are to be demonized, and that women and Black women are to be shamed and criticized and controlled. Okay, so these are my notes. So I want to also talk about the shame of the Black female body. I think for many of you, you automatically associate the presence of a Black woman's body with shame, with embarrassment. And I understand that maybe in many ways, this might have been triggering for some of you. We are coming from a history of oppression. We are coming from a history of exploitation and really being ran down to the mill as if we were a commodity. And that has caused many women in general, but especially Black women, to carry around a spirit of shame and embarrassment. Again, this is stemming from the white gaze. The white gaze taught you that the presence of a female body is something that should be covered, something that should be demonized, something that is evil, something that is deceitful, and none of these things are true. Okay, so I think for some of you, when you on Washington, you saw the presence of a dark-skinned Black woman, her body, twerking, and you immediately were triggered into some of those ancestral traumas that bring up embarrassment and shame. And we are going to work to break through those things right now, okay? Because that is not something that you nor I should carry around. The Black body, the Black female body, the Black woman's body is nothing to be ashamed of. If you found yourself seeing the image of the Black woman's body and immediately associating it with something sexualized, you have to confront where that is coming from in you. It is stemming from the white gaze. If you are here with me, I see the hearts, I appreciate it. Please share this video with others